Two sides to it. I think when you come from behind twice against a team of Celtic's quality, um, there's always a bit of pride, and you want your players to keep going and show that perseverance that we did. But I do think in terms of chances created and how the game played out, I thought we had the better and more chances to win the game. And I think obviously not just when it was down to 10 men, but obviously more when they get down to 10 men. Celtic had a tough game on Thursday night, and I think that factored into maybe them. But I thought our energy that we put into the game, the connection for everybody really in terms of effort was there. And we spoke really about half time about just try to bring a bit more quality. And if we show more quality, we win the game. We've not won the game because of that. I think it was a difficult start. Every time you lose a goal, you pick the bones of it. The conceding of the free kick was disappointing. But you have to acknowledge it was a top class finish from their point of view, and it's a wee reminder of the quality of Celtic have in these moments. You know what I mean? And we needed. I thought it rocked us that first 5-10 minutes because it wasn't the start we looked for. But I thought even prior to half time, I turned around to Paul and Alan about this is exactly what I was hoping for. A lot of what we was playing out was exactly what we were hoping for, but we just didn't have the goal to show for it. But the belief and the confidence of the team was clear. We always feel we're going to score here. We get the equaliser. And the one thing that I'm annoyed about is we didn't keep it at one each for longer. You want me to go? I might shut up. And their second goal comes out of nothing. But again, it highlights the quality of player that Celtic still possess. It's like our distances weren't quite right. All of a sudden, the gaps became a bit too big. And before we could react to it, Yang's like a number 9. And from their point of view, it's a good goal. You know what I mean? But from our point of view, it just seemed a bit needless. And then we've got to go again. And go again we did. And Spittle hitting the bar at the end, chances we had. That's why we're a bit disappointed. It's a bit of disappointed dressing room that we've not won the game. It's probably illustrates really how far we've came that we're feeling that.
Are the boys you're talking about maybe a couple of individuals who are in there needing picked up because Kizaridis had 2 gilt-edged chances, didn't he?
3, I think.
Yeah.
No,
you make me
just
feel really
jumping
good
on
about
again.
that one.
No, Kizaridis was bright and sharp throughout. But again, by his standards, you expect him to hit the back of the net, and that's sometimes the way it is. But you're right. If we take those chances and show a bit more calmness and show a bit more quality, then I think we win the game. At least we're putting ourselves in a position to win it, and we're disappointed we haven't. But a point in how the game played out, coming from behind twice against a team of Celtic's quality, regardless of their exploits on Thursday night, I still think in the cold light of day it's not the worst point when you come from behind, but we just felt it was a wee bit more out there for us.
Stuart Finlay has said at the end there, you can tell how far we've come. Celtic are trying to waste time at the end of the game. That tells me there's a lot of belief with these guys that they now truly believe that there's 15 games where they could go on and win this.
I think the belief's been there for a while, to be fair. I think we turned up the day, well, certainly myself and the players, I think we turned up believing we can win the day, so there is obviously a bit of disappointment that we haven't. I mean, we've obviously need a lot of things to go your way, but Celtic have, as I say, showed a couple of moments of quality to get their goals. But throughout the game, I thought we looked strong. I thought we looked confident with our work. We needed to bring a bit of calmness to it at the right times. It can't just all be firing. There has to be a bit of ice and put your foot in the ball. And I thought Matt Leonard was terrific in that sense because it was a difficult start for him for a debut. But I think it tells you a lot about the boy and the personality that he kept taking it. And he put his foot in the ball, and he was very important to us just to kind of link that back lot to our front lot, and I thought he was very influential, and we're going to enjoy working with him. But throughout the team, it was I don't think any Hearts player out there, subs or boys starting, felt that we weren't going to win the game, and that pleases me no end.
He looked very unhappy with something that happened in the first goal. You're in the Celtic dugout at one point. What happened?
That's one place I'll know we're going. So for me, nothing to do with Martin or Sean. It was just one of their inexperienced coaches get a bit carried away. So that's all I want to say on it.
So much Mark bringing Martin. How happy are you getting him into the team and into the club?
Yeah, I mean it's probably the ability to react. If it had happened in February, we wouldn't have been able to get Mark, obviously, and I think the ability to react to Benny's suspension, Cammy's injury, and Thomas was a doubt for this game. Ocean wasn't guaranteed. Aju still coming back, so in 2 or 3 weeks' time, hopefully we'll have really good options. But I thought we needed somebody to be everybody's first pass, somebody who's going to take the ball. We watched back a lot of the game from last week. So last Sunday morning, I was watching the 3-1 game, just reminding myself about how well we did in the game. Try to take the good from it, and whether it was our out of possession work, our calmness on the ball with Benny and Cammy, Harry being a second fullback at right times. We anticipated maybe if their big striker played, Maeda would be on the left, and we wanted to make sure that that side was protected. I thought Harry Milne was terrific in doing that and still carrying a threat. So I think getting Mark in was somebody that was really important, because that profile midfielder was what we were needing, to be honest. Just somebody who could put his foot in the ball, and he's got good quality, as you saw.
Speaking of the transfers, sorry, Jürgen from Aladok is it? How do you assess Islam Chesnakov's adaptation and why he was left out of the squad, and when do you think we can see him?
As soon as possible, hopefully. Islam is someone who we've waited a long time for, but we probably underestimated him being able to pick up the speed of the game and the fitness of where he's at after maybe 6-7 weeks without training. So we have made a concerted effort with him, and the decision was made that we would put him through a little mini pre-season for the next 2 weeks. So he's been doing extra training just to try and get him to be able to cope with the speed of the game today, because obviously it's different from Kazakhstan, and when everybody's starting from the same moment, then it's easier to find your fitness. But he's coming into a team who are more than halfway through the season. The intensity of the Scottish game, and we've got to be understanding that maybe more training, more awareness of what's required, but we feel that he could get the benefit of these last 2 weeks. So we're working him hard, and he's eager to play his part, and we're delighted that we've got him, because we see his quality in training, and we just want him to be as fit as he can be to demonstrate that.
Derek, you're obviously missing some big players today in Cammy and Lawrence and Benny. Was that one of the most satisfying aspects of the performance, that you were able to produce that performance without them, and how much confidence does that give you going forward?
Yeah, there's no two ways about it. Sunday, Monday we were all a wee bit despondent, obviously, when we get the news of the injuries and having to, but overcoming these types of challenges is part of it. It's very rare that I get the benefit, or we get the benefit throughout maybe the months of September, October, November, where we more or less played the same team. And we never had really too many issues going on. Obviously, Azu was record signing, we couldn't get him on the pitch. But in the main, we had Frankie Kent was one. But other than that, we were pretty straightforward with our team selection. But it's unrealistic to think you're not going to get through a full season without having to overcome challenges like the boys you mentioned. But it's good that we've got boys who have been waiting on the sidelines, who played a part today, like Kabore. It makes us play a bit differently. I thought he had some good moments in the game as well. So, and bringing Mark in will help us, I think, while Benny's out of the team and while Cammy's out of the team.
The lead at the top's now 4 points. How do you assess where
Sorry?
The lead at the top's now 4 points. How would you assess where this title race sits this evening?
I'm delighted where we are. We have been there a while now. It's more than 4 months. It's no purple patch, as I said last week. It's something that we're comfortable. I'm enjoying where we are. But we're well aware there's big clubs and good teams are desperate to be where we are, and we've got to be ready for that challenge as we go along. So I've said all along, I think we're going to have to keep improving. I believe there's wins in us, and if the fans keep that connection with the team today, who knows where it can take us.
How happy were you with the front two? You mentioned Kabore, but he seemed to never give Celtic a minute's peace.
Yeah, I thought the effort that they both put out, you get that for Braga anyway, but particularly Kabore having been out starting 11 for a while. I don't know when his last start was, but we've worked hard with him all week. We've shown good clips of him. Alan Archibald's done a lot of work with him this week as well about the importance of leading that line, and he's actually a good foil for Braga. He's one that wants to stretch the game, and Braga naturally comes towards the ball, and I thought Braga had a really good game as well as Big Kabore.
Martin's kind of happy with the red card decision. To your mind, is it?
I've not seen it again. I thought my take on it is, and I think what the fourth official said to me, that they needed to be sure that Kabore would get a shot away. And my thought was, he's definitely going to get a shot away. He broke the line You know, it's I think it's, I mean, Celtic don't get red cards there domestically, so it was a bit of a shock even when VAR turned it and made it a red. But for me, it looked a red card offence.
Rogers Matt win this week.
Who?
Rogers Matt win this week, you hope?
Yes. I hope he finds the net quicker than he finds the UK. But he should be in this week. All right, cheers.
Yes.